Why hello there, Carson 02 here. In this movie, I will be a masculine man where I will be learning a lot about how to stay grounded in my presence, handle a woman's emotion swings regardless if it's a woman that I have history with before or never know the woman before, ignore toxic people, and use silence as a powerful tool to help me guide me through chaos, even though I have to take some accountability for my actions first, since I was going through a lot from 2021 to 2025 when I used to be part of the DISOWNED community, dealing with toxic situations and struggling to get over everything as the community is under serious chaos, even including before I was even around in the first place. Hopefully, this video will help me move on and forget this community even exists. So with that in mind, let's start the movie, shall we? Why hello there, again, Carson 02 here, and I have more information regarding to the movie. So, unlike the previous movie that I made in 2024 called Gail's Savior Against His Brother's movie, this movie will be a full movie without parts, since this video is about what happened in late January 2026 to February 2026 when I looked out for myself and willing to be respected by anyone, especially to users and even to my closest friends, instead of from toxic people. Therefore, there will be no fictional characters in this movie. Anyways, back to the movie. So enjoy. Well, I'm starting to realize that I putted people on a pedestal without knowing over the last several years, especially when I used to put my best friends and users on a pedestal by making them my #1 favorite users or one of my favorite users of all time. I'm starting to regret doing that, as this made me more obsessed with them than before, and it now explains why some of them lost interest on me as a result. What should I do to let them explain to me about what I did? I'm going to let them come to me instead of chasing them, over-explaining, and defending myself for making those decisions, as what I did was already baffling and made them uncomfortable.
Did I hear that you are regretting some bad decisions again? Well, I guess that you already are. Anyways, I think that we need a talk, and I think that you should listen what I'm about to say. I know that you are losing interest on me as of lately before the year of 2026 because of the issues that you have for yourself, and I will explain them as to why, so you can get back to your best self and be yourself again. I'm not letting you defend yourself this time, since that approach didn't work and made things worse for yourself. 1. Even though I understand what you are going through because of Austin's actions, even though I still don't care for him since 2023, you still putted me on a pedestal without knowing the fact that doing this made me uncomfortable when I was still with my boyfriend Donnie at the time. I'm glad that you are now realizing that was the worst idea that you did, and only feature me in your videos or posts once a while now. 2. Even though we were on good terms in 2024 and most of 2025, and you might have done that before, even if you didn't realize that in your life before you came to the DISOWNED community, you still were obsessed with me on Discord and being way too available for me ever since, which makes me wonder if you have anything better going on in your life outside of the internet besides being available all of the time. 3. Speaking of being too available, You have been available mostly just to over-explain yourself a lot even after the Austin and Deccan situation was over, which is seriously affecting your mental health, and it makes your ego much worse than it already is, which drives people, even your trusted friends and besties, away. 4. Speaking of making your ego worse, your current ego was believing that having obsessions with people that you like and trust very well was okay ever since you used to be in high school and put your best friends on a pedestal. When in reality, it actually made them uncomfortable and you were relying on attention, validation, and approval instead of sticking to the idea and being yourself. It makes you look insecure. 5. You have been letting toxic people enter into your life even after you had a great life coming out of high school, which can make you worse, especially since you had trouble letting go of mostly Amy, Austin, and Deccan, for example, even after they got outed for their actions, especially since you said that they're degenerates and have put you through a lot of hell. Still continuing to be the victim can attract more toxic people, and it can make it difficult for you to recover from toxic situations even if you are lucky to handle them. Not saying that I defend them for what they did, but I'm trying to help you there until you can be a man and be yourself, since you are still 23 years old and will be 24 in August 2026. 6. Ever since you have been using the IV text-to-speech voice on me since 2024 after having talks about that in 2023. I mean, sure. Everything that you said, even though Austin shouldn't have been involved in this, made sense. But you have been letting people dictate your choices and your decisions since, and kept constantly changing my text-to-speech voice even though I had no issues with your decision for memory purposes ever since. 7. Speaking of changing my text-to-speech voice a lot to Julie instead of keeping it as Ivy, you have been changing it a lot, all because some people use my text-to-speech voice as Julie. I have to tell you this. It doesn't matter if people do this, since they have no idea about the situation, since it has been forgotten and resolved. And you yet are still complaining about it like it happened recently. No offense, but you got to let it go at some point. 8. Speaking of not letting go of the situation, you keep blowing your promises since 2023 even after having a talk with Princess Anna Girl that you can keep my text-to-speech voice as Ivy by doing the exact opposite even after you got what you wanted. This is why my text-to-speech voice was Julie and is in this video that you are making for now, as it served a purpose so that you can man up. 9. You have been insecure when it comes to dealing with people, including people that you like, by worrying about losing them rather than worry about losing yourself, which makes you lose self-respect not only for people, but for yourself as well. Not only that, but you are worrying about making bad decisions, such as letting toxic people get away from screwing you over even if you are the victim of them back in 2024 and 2025. Instead of being confident of let toxic and degenerate people suffer in your silence, since trying to defend yourself gives them more power to control and manipulate you. I think that's everything I need to tell you about what you are doing since 2023 to 2025, since you have been not only been insecure, but worried about losing people, including me. This is why you have been losing yourself ever since. Like, honestly, I think that you should worry about yourself more often than caring about anybody else's issues, regardless if they like you or not. It proves that you care too much about everything, which explains why your obsession with me was out of control until you got into a lot of criticism and backlash for it, because I think that it helps you protect yourself so that you can be free from toxicity, even if you can't help that your life is currently in a mess as of right now. Normally, I would say that I shouldn't be helping you with your issues, especially since I'm not your therapist. But, since you are now somehow able to figure yourself out, realize what went wrong with yourself, and why you shouldn't be chasing people anymore, including me, I will do the best I can to help you out regardless of how long these issues have continued on. I wanted to talk to you about this without you explaining yourself and defending yourself at all, so that you can be real about yourself and what you can do for yourself moving forward, since you already know about what happened. Your parents might have told you that you should be happy before, and I think that everyone else is starting to think that you should too. What do you say? Are you ready to be yourself and get your self-respect back? Alright, let's do this. Oh, and one more thing. Do you know what we are doing?
I wasn't expecting to see you here with Carson today, Anna, but anyways, what can I do for you today?
I would like to have my text-to-speech voice changed as Ivy, as I'm doing this for Carson because he realized of his wrongdoings that he has done over the years and has now realized it himself.
Well, I'm glad that Carson is starting to focus on himself and realize of his actions and is learning from it.
I hope so. He has been having issues getting over situations for a long time now and he can't seem to let it go. So I'm testing him to see if he loses his ground or not.
Well, I'm sure the time will pass and Carson might forget that it even happened. But anyways, I will go get the potion that you selected. Stay right there. I will be right back.
You don't have to say anything, Carson. I'm doing this for you. I hope that you won't shake and that you stay grounded in your presence even when I'm not around. You can do the same thing to anyone if you want to apply for it since you are no longer chasing people anymore.
Here's the potion for the voice that you selected. Go ahead and drink it.
It worked. Thank you. Now, Carson shouldn't have to worry about this any longer. I did him a favor and I hope that he is happy about this even if he might not care.
You're welcome. Even though I didn't recommend your text-to-speech voice being that way that Carson does, I do understand the decision though. Enjoy. And Carson, I wish you for the best of manning yourself up. I'm glad that you are trying your best to step up and take responsibility for your actions.
Let's head back to your home, Carson. Well, Carson, you usually talk a lot when it comes to situations like this instead of using your brain and your presence to help guide you through life, which means that you failed the test. But, because of what you did today, you actually passed the test as you stayed on your ground and not being shaken. You didn't worry about anything at all and went with your gut. I didn't think that you would have it in yourself to do this without having to ask me at all. I hope that you continue to do these tests moving forward and continue being the new man you can be. You can use this lesson to help deal with people that will bring chaos or already brought chaos to your life if you want, no matter how long they have been doing this to you. But anyways, do you want me to give you a hug before I go? I'm glad that you have understood and addressed everything that has been letting you down lately, even though you told Devin more about this beforehand. I assume that he told me that you had issues and figured it out yourself even if he might not know about that. I now respect you even if you currently have lost interest and might not care about me anymore. I hope that you can continue being yourself and finding a purpose of whatever keeps you happy in your life. Thanks for everything. I will see you around. Have a great day and take care of yourself.
Well, I'm going to continue on my life with my family and see what I can do to do better. What a great day. Well, I was thinking about going to Golden Corral today. It has been a while since I last went to Golden Corral in real life since October 2025.
Hey, Carson, we want to come. Can we talk before you go with your plan?
Actually, I hadn't heard that place before. We should head out right now.
Devin, I need to talk to Carson first about something, so excuse me for a second. Anyways, Carson, don't you remember the last time that you went to a restaurant when you went with us at the time when I was still with Donnie?
Oh yeah, that was in 2024 when I suggested myself, you, and Danny to go to Taco Bell after me and you got arrested by the troublemakers for nothing.
Right. And we didn't even litter. Besides, we were just walking by at the time when all of this happened. Fortunately, Kayla and Donnie bailed us out since we got falsely arrested for littering and Kayla got ungrounded for it. At least we were able to get them arrested for being the actual ones responsible for getting us into trouble in the first place, and Officer Brian now understood the situation as the charges got dropped. But you wanted the same thing me and Donnie had ordered when I was telling you that you can get whatever you wanted besides that while we were there.
Wait, so Carson got the same thing you and Donnie had?
Yes, Devin, let's backtrack to the time when me, Donnie, and Carson went to Taco Bell so that you can understand the situation.
Hello, welcome to Taco Bell. What orders can I get you today?
I will start first. I would like a Mexican pizza combo with Mountain Dew. What about you, Donnie?
I also would like a Mexican pizza combo with Mountain Dew. What about you, Carson? Same order as Anna and Donnie. I also would like a Mexican pizza combo with Mountain Dew.
Wait, Carson, you don't have to get what me and Donnie want. You can get whatever you want besides that. So how about you can get nacho fries deluxe box instead? We will talk about this when we get to a table.
Alright, go ahead and sit at a table. I will bring you guys the food. It will be done in 15 minutes.
Carson, what were you thinking for ordering the Mexican pizza combo with Mountain Dew like me and Donnie already ordered?
Look, I like the Mexican pizza combo with Mountain Dew too as much as you guys do. I have tried it since 2023 and I loved it.
I understand, but don't you know that there are other options that you could have ordered instead besides the one that you chose in? It's like that you are obsessed with the same thing nearly every time that you go there. You are lucky that I got you the nacho fries deluxe box instead and you should be thankful for it.
So can I please have the Mexican pizza combo with Mountain Dew too just like you and Donnie does?
Absolutely not. You are getting the nacho fries deluxe box instead and that's final.
No offense, but Anna's right, Carson. You can have whatever you want to have besides what me and Anna are having. Besides, you should be thankful that you've taken me and Anna to eat here instead of complaining of not getting what you want.
Here's your food. Enjoy. Have a great day.
Well, the food was wonderful. I really enjoyed being at Taco Bell. We should go again at some point. But, thank you Carson for taking us here.
Same here, Donnie. I also enjoyed the food too, so I agree with you. Let me check on Carson and see how he is doing with the order that I gave him instead. Carson, how was the nacho fries deluxe box that I ordered for you instead?
Well, it tasted alright. Also, I want to apologize to you and Donnie for the way I acted earlier since I should have listened to you and get a different order instead of getting the same thing every day and for what you and Donnie have ordered.
You don't have to explain. It's okay, Carson. What matters is that you enjoyed your meal that I ordered you so that all of us wouldn't have the same order. You know what I mean? I didn't want you to get obsessed with the same order that you always get.
I understand, Anna. I will be sure to remember that the next time that we go to a different restaurant.
Good, that's what I thought. Come on, let's get you back home. As you can see, Carson actually had the nacho fries deluxe box instead of the Mexican pizza combo with Mountain Dew too that he originally wanted to have like me and Donnie did, since I think that it was best for him to have due to the obsession that he had with it. At least that he took accountability for his actions though and loved the food that I ordered him. Besides, a drink is still part of the combo, so he can get whatever he wants to drink besides Mountain Dew too.
Oh, wow. Now I see why you are testing me along with Carson while we are going to Golden Corral, to see how we handle situations with a woman or a female user.
That's right. Also, Carson used to have the same text-to-speech voice as you and Donnie back then, but I think that he changed it since before fall of 2024 and he has continued using it for about nearly 1.5 years now.
I see, but can we actually go to Cracker Barrel instead? I do like the food there. I doubt that I would want to go to a buffet.
Well, you see, Carson wanted to go to Golden Corral, so we are actually going there instead of Cracker Barrel. You never know what it's like there until you try it first. But before we go, Carson, I must remind you, I'm testing you again to see if you can handle my mood swings, and while Devin is here with us and while we are at Golden Corral like you said, do you think that you can handle this and try your best to improve yourself? Alright then, let's go to Golden Corral. The test begins.
Carson, you are a disgrace for what you have done to me in the Beyond community by slandering me for things that I didn't even do.
Carson, wait for me and Devin. We are coming in with you.
Austin, that's not true. Carson was speaking the truth about you the whole time since 2024, and I can't believe that you did those horrendous things, especially to the part where you made a minor suicidal back in 2023. I'm glad that Carson doesn't support and defend you anymore for what you have done.
Devin, just ignore Austin. He just wants your attention at this rate. Let's go inside right now.
Absolutely not. He is making lies about Carson, and I'm defending him for his actions since he did the right thing, speaking the truth about him.
Bruh, it's not worth trying to defend yourself against toxic people. Come on, Carson's already in the restaurant waiting for us. We will talk about this when we go eat.
Alright, fine, but just remember, Austin, you won't get away for what you have done to Carson and everyone else that used to be around you.
Devin, that's enough. Let's go.
Hello, what can I do for you guys? Do you guys want to order from the server, or do you guys want to serve yourselves at the buffet?
We would like to serve ourselves at the buffet today.
Wait, Carson, is that you? I heard that you are learning about woman psychology and how to handle toxic situations lately. Is that right?
Yes, he is, and he is starting to get the hang of it. In fact, he is doing very well handling himself and is starting to man himself up. How long have you known him for?
Well, I think that me and Carson known each other since late 2023, when a troll that I'm not going to mention chipped me into as a couple, even though we are near a 2-year gap, which was disgusting. We are still best friends though. But I hope that Carson continues to do well. What about Devin? How is he doing?
Well, you see, he has struggled with when to ignore toxic situations by constantly reacting to them, while Carson is starting to walk away from them so far.
I see. Anyways, feel free to serve yourselves at the buffet if you like. Let me know if you need anything. Carson, I wish you for the best for yourself. See you around, man.
Alright, we all got our food and drinks and took a moment to pray. So, let's dig in and enjoy the meal.
Well, the food was great. Thanks, Carson, for taking me and Devin here.
Same here, I guess. My experience with this buffet wasn't too bad.
See, I told you, you never know until you try.
Oh, please stop, Anna. I just want you to know that Carson is a coward for walking away from Austin when he is lying about him instead of defending himself.
Excuse me, Devin, but what did you just say to Carson? Did you seriously call him a coward? Tell me the truth right now.
I said that Carson is a coward for walking away from Austin when he is lying about him instead of defending himself, so he doesn't deserve to even have a meal with you and everyone else around him.
Devin, I don't appreciate of what you said to me. No offense, but I will not tolerate and accept being disrespected like that, especially not when we are in public at a restaurant.
Also, Carson did the right thing ignoring and walking away from Austin, since Austin is toxic and wants attention due to his unforgivable actions. You, on the other hand, still kept feeding his attention before we got inside the restaurant, and I had to tell you to go on and ignore him. He isn't worth our time nowadays.
But he is lying about Carson, and Carson is refusing to defend himself.
So, Carson doesn't have to defend himself. He already has tried that a long time ago and it backfired, as Austin continued to put Carson's reputation on an even more living hell, to the point where he felt suicidal at one point in 2024 and then suffered a depression in 2025. And you shouldn't do that either. Seriously, Devin. You don't want to make the same mistake Carson did before, because it ruined his mental health and his well-being for dealing with toxicity for years, and it made him even more insecure than before he was part of the DISOWNED community in 2021.
Shut up and listen to me. Austin can't get away for what he did, yet You and Carson are going to just ignore it and allow it to continue getting worse.
Dude, do you want to fail the test or what? I'm trying my best to help you out there and you are still going after toxic people rather to let them sit in their egos and have self-respect for yourself like Carson does so far. And now, you are trying to censor us by telling us what to do. Look, I think Carson's silence speaks for itself as he has been mostly quiet so far and you are still continuing to make things worse for yourself. I'm not defending what Austin did to Carson and everyone else since what he did was very unforgivable, but I'm just trying to save you from dealing with toxicity and wasting your mental health and your well-being. So I suggest you to quit that attitude this instant as Carson just told you his standards recently as you are currently handing him the power by constantly overreacting to everything even if it's just background noise.
I'm not overreacting. Carson is still a coward for walking away from the situation and that's final.
Devin, that's enough of you disrespecting me like that. Anna's words speak for itself. Besides, I have nothing to prove at all.
But, we will give you a chance to redeem yourself. If you still react to Austin's behavior again and give him his attention knowing the circumstances of what you have been told, then you have failed the test. Understand?
Yes, Anna, I now understand the situation and I apologize to Carson for calling him a coward and telling you what to do.
That's what I thought. Now come on, let's head back to Carson's house.
Well, Devin, we meet you again after I heard that you are defending Carson who is a disgrace for what he has done to me and the beyond community by slandering me for things I didn't do. Oh shut up Austin, Carson is not a disgrace, he spoke the truth about you and that is final, deal with it.
What did I tell you, Devin? You need to ignore toxic people for God's sake. Like I said, they want your attention. You are about to be 27 years old soon and you are still going after toxic people. It's better to move on at this point because the whole situation is not our problem anymore. I'm warning you now.
No, I still will defend Carson since Austin is still making lies about him. You are just refusing to help me and defend me for his actions along with Carson himself.
You know what, Devin? Go ahead and defend Carson for his actions against Austin if you want to destroy your mental health and your well-being and see how it goes for you. I'm not going to even say it again since you are being desperate, reactive, and obsessed with defending Carson's behavior rather to stay in your own presence. So don't come crying to me when I was warning you about the situation since you are acting like Carson's old ways back in 2023. Therefore, you failed the test and got a lot of a man. Besides, I'm not going to be with someone who is going to be insecure and react to every situation that wants your attention and sometimes are just background noise instead of being yourself and stay in your presence. So goodbye.
Wait, Anna, I can explain. Please come back. Don't leave me behind like this. Ha 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 ha. It looks like that she along with Carson left you by yourself. Shut up, Austin. I want them to come back so that I can explain everything to them. So I'm going to follow them. Screw you for what you have done to Carson and his mental health. You will pay for this. Yeah, you better run from my attention or I will come after you.
Well, Carson, I'm very impressed of what you have done today. I wish that I can explain all of this, but I can't help it if you know what I mean. How about another hug and we will talk about this?
Sure, Anna. I don't need to prove anything at all even if this is just for a temporary basis.
Carson, you definitely have changed a lot ever since the last time when we went to a restaurant. Not only that, but I love the fact that you looked out for yourself this time, had standards and a plan, and even stayed calm during my chaos with me and Devin even if Devin made me this way to you by complete accident and I can't help it. That's what matters. I won't forget this moment anytime soon. Keep up with the good work especially for your standards too. You will be just fine since I now feel safe with you regardless if I'm around you or not. This will help you through future relationships in real life if you really need some guidance how to handle toxic situations especially since there are a lot of other videos that you can learn women's psychology and how to handle toxic situations besides this moment. Anyways, Carson. Feel free to enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for allowing me and Devin to come to your plan even though everything was insane. See ya around.
Anna, I can explain everything. Give me another chance. I didn't mean to mess up and lose respect for you.
Devin, what are you doing here? I was about to leave Carson so that he can have some time for himself. I thought that I told you to go on since you failed the test.
You left me behind that golden corral to deal with Austin's toxic behavior. No thanks to you. You and Carson are freaking cowards for ignoring toxic people by walking away from them.
Have you lost your mind, Devin? Not only have you been desperate by chasing me since after I left you behind after you failed the test, but you had the audacity to call me and Carson cowards all because we tried to tell you to ignore toxic people and get yourself under control since you have been overreacting ever since all three of us were about to go to Golden Corral. You know that Carson had standards and didn't appreciate of you disrespecting him like that. Now, because you called him a coward once again, he walked away from you because he knows that he's not going to accept this behavior just to defend and lose himself even when he warned you very clearly, and I respect and admire him for it.
So what? You and Carson should have thought about that before leaving me to defend Carson's actions against Austin. So accept the fact that you both are cowards. Stop controlling me and telling me what to do.
Devin, that's enough. You know why I have to control you and I don't respect and admire you for it. In case that you didn't know, defending someone's actions also counts as defending yourself too unless there's a logical reason for it. But not when you are going to be a masculine man who needs standards while with a woman. Again, I'm not saying that I defend Austin's actions for what he did to Carson because what he did was still unforgivable. But at some point, you have to learn when it's time to move on since it's not any of our problems anymore. Besides, toxic people isn't worth dealing with anymore nowadays, especially since we now know what they are going to do to people. Like seriously, I highly suggest you to leave me be and leave Carson's house right now if you are going to continue acting like this. You are making things worse for yourself than it already is by not controlling your anger and your behavior.
You know what? Screw you guys. I wish that you guys can understand my problems instead of overreacting.
Devin, you're the one who's overreacting here, not me or anyone else in this house. Just do us a favor and think about what you did and also get your behavior and your anger under control. I'm not safe with you as you're making me worried about your behavior already. God, what is with Devin now at this point? He needs to seriously chill out, accept reality, and at least take accountability for his actions, including for what he said to Carson. If I'm still going to be friends with him and put this whole thing behind since Carson has been very calm so far, I hope that Carson is doing okay. I'm going to head out and get this whole Devin situation off of my chest since I'm starting to doubt that he is going to act like a man at this rate.
Well, that situation could have gone better. It was literally insane. Oh well, I'm just going to be watching some sports on TV to enjoy the rest of my day.
You are now watching the special presentation of the NFL for the Pro Bowl, as the matchup will be the AFC against the NFC on CBS, as it is coming up in 1 hour. You know, I'm starting to realize that I overreacted when Carson and Anna were telling me that I should have ignored toxic people such as Austin. I shouldn't have defended myself against him as it only escalated the situation. Not only that, but I called Carson a coward twice for walking away from toxic situations with me and Austin, and then me and Anna at his house when me and her got into an argument which disrespected him. Even though I failed the test, I'm starting to regret being desperate for Anna and wanting to explain to her about what I did afterwards, since it resulted me to continue arguing with her, pulling her away, and also for making Carson walk away. It made me insecure and made me lose my self-control. What should I do to take accountability for my actions? I should apologize to Carson and Anna for what I have done. I hope that they will understand my situation and still be friends with them. Let's get this over with. You are now watching the special presentation of the NFL for Super Bowl 60. The matchup will be the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks on NBC. It is coming up in 15 minutes, so stay tuned.
Wow, I didn't know that Super Bowl 60 was a rematch of Super Bowl 49 for the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks. This will be a very exciting matchup to watch.
Hey, Carson, how are you doing today? Oh, I didn't know that you are watching the Super Bowl. I forgot that the Super Bowl was today. Well, in that case, can I watch the Super Bowl with you? Thank you, Carson. It's been a while since I last watched a Super Bowl. But, I'm kinda curious, what teams are playing in the Super Bowl this year? Oh, it's the Super Bowl 49 rematch between the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks. Well then, let's watch the game then. Devin, what are you doing here at Carson's house? You know that Carson isn't happy with you for calling him a coward while I'm not safe with you around, since I know that you are going to continue to overreact and argue with me over the fact that I was trying my best to help you with your mental well-being.
Also, in case that you hadn't noticed, we are about to watch the Super Bowl. So no offense, but I would highly suggest you to leave and let us enjoy the big game.
Look, guys, I get that it's not the time for me to try to redeem myself or cause any trouble since it's the Super Bowl today, but I just want to apologize to you and Carson for what I did last week.
If that's the case, alright, go on. What do you have to say?
As for you, Carson, I just want to say that I apologize to you for calling you a coward twice when you were trying your best to walk away from toxic situations, especially with situations that you used to go through before. I didn't realize that you are trying to protect your peace and want to have self-respect since January 2026, and I just overreacted, crossed the line, and made you walk away even after you warned me about that when we went to Golden Corral last week. You had every right to walk away from toxic situations since I realized that you have gone through a lot over the years ever since you used to be part of the GonaMate community in 2021 to 2025 for explaining and defending yourself when it comes to toxic people, even if you were speaking the truth about them. I would say that it ruined your mental health and your well-being very significantly, to the point where you felt suicidal in 2023 to 2024 and then suffered a depression in 2025. As for you, Anna, I just want to say that I apologize to you for my behavior ever since we were at Golden Corral by not listening to you when you told me to ignore toxic people while you were testing me to see if I can stay grounded in my presence by giving these people my attention, continuing to argue with you, defend, and explain myself even when you were criticizing me for not ignoring them, and being desperate by chasing you even after I failed your test to stay grounded in my presence. I didn't realize that you were trying to help me man up too, just like Carson was, and I was failing miserably on that by being insecure of myself, since I already explained what Carson was going through by not getting my anger and my behavior under control. I understand why he wanted to learn something new outside of the GonaMate community by being a masculine man instead, since he is starting to realize of his mental health and his well-being was more important than ever, so that he doesn't lose himself. I know that it doesn't change the fact that I still failed the test and got a lot to learn for not staying grounded in my presence. Because of this, I handed Carson the power to respect you more and accidentally made you more obsessed with him than at the start when you both were just hanging out, even though he was losing interest on you at the time before he started to learn how to use silence as a powerful tool to stay grounded in his presence. I heard that he took accountability for his actions in late January 2026 and is somewhat doing well ever since by doing less worrying and staying in the moment more. That's all that I have to apologize for. What you guys think? Should we still be friends though?
You know, Devin, after some thinking, me and Carson have decided to forgive you. And yes, me and Carson can still be friends with you if you wish. I'm glad that you took accountability for your actions and learning from it. Just remember, we all make mistakes. No one's perfect. Heck, I'm sure that Carson has done that at some point and he is trying his best to handle it, and I think that you should do the same, as that's part of life.
Thanks. Guys, that means a lot. Can I hang out with you guys to watch the Super Bowl for tonight?
Of course, Devin, you can sit with us and watch the Super Bowl if you like.
Welcome to the special presentation of the NFL on NBC. Well, hello everyone. Tonight is going to be one of the most important Super Bowls of all time, and I'm sure that everyone has heard about two NFL teams being against each other in the Super Bowl before, as this is going to be the Super Bowl 49 rematch between the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks in Super Bowl 60. So grab your popcorn, drinks, and everything you have if you already have a Super Bowl party planned out, and enjoy the big game. Wow, that was a great Super Bowl that I ever watched, especially for whoever won the Super Bowl.
I know, right? It's amazing as to how the heck this year's Super Bowl matchup was remade of the first place, right, Carson?
To be fair, Anna, those teams were the teams that didn't make the playoffs last year, as they were disappointed or mediocre, even though the Seahawks had a winning record while the Patriots had a losing record.
Well, Devin, I will let you go back home. I hope that you have a great rest of your night. Well, Carson, this is it. Thank you for everything, man. I hope that you continue being a masculine man moving forward even when I'm not around. I wish you for the best for your future, going to a new path in your life. See ya.
Well, I'm going to do the same thing that I usually do. What a fantastic day. Well, guys, that's the end of the movie. Thanks for watching of how I become a masculine man. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Anyways, this is me, Carson 02, signing off. God bless you.